What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the mansion. It's Alex here on our second part of the Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars playthrough. I had a lot of fun in our first video. It was a blast. I'm really excited to keep going and see what's happening in this game. If you weren't here for my first one, this is the first time that I've ever played this game. I know it's widely regarded as one of the greatest point and clicks of all time, but I didn't have it as a kid, and then, you know, life comes at you really fast, and so I just never got around to it. I'm doing it now, though, and I could not be happier. When we left off in the last video, I'd pretty much gotten like all the evidence I needed against this guy Khan. I just need to catch him, and he is at the hotel, so I think that's where I'm gonna start. Let's see if we can find this guy, figure this out. Oh yeah, these shifty characters. So prior to playing this game, I didn't have a whole lot of backstory on the story or anything. I knew about like a couple of the puzzles from like, I don't know, like top 10 countdown video type things. Okay, I need that key. If there's anything I learned in my last playthrough, if you guys were with me for that, I kind of got at a standstill because I didn't realize how much you had to harass people with your dialogue choices.
What can I do for you now?
So I'm gonna start doing that, I guess, right? I think the best thing to do in this game is talk to people.
That gangster I told you about? He went through my pockets just now.
The cad.
Good heavens! One never knows what to expect in foreign parts. Thank you for the warning, young man. I shall hide my credit cards in my underwear.
Oh, okay.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Please?
Oh no, it's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts honor?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Well, that didn't take much convincing. This lady is a real G.
I say! You there! Flunky!
Oui, madame.
He was just like, yeah,
Listen
what?
carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Well, alright. I like that lady. Okay, I think it was the second door.
The door was locked.
I just got a key, man. Connect the dots.
It wasn't the right key for the
Oh,
door.
Okay, wrong door. Is it that one?
It wasn't the right key for the door.
I thought for sure it wasn't the first one. It's the first one. Oh, that's right. I'm not trying to get into his room. I'm trying to get into the room
Maybe it wasn't the
next
right
to it.
room, but this was the right key.
Okay. All right. New scenery, new things to click on. Eee.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor. It was a massive mahogany wardrobe. The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onion. No kidding, it really
No
did.
fooling. I'm being serious. It smelled like onions. Can you believe
The cabinet
that?
stood beside the bed.
There's not much to click on in here. Oh, a window. Just gonna hop out the window. Huh, okay. I'll play Spider-Man for a second. Oh, man. Huh. Getting vertigo just looking at it. Okay. Does this one smell like onions?
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his
He
bed.
took all of the onions with him. No onion left behind.
The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door.
Okay.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
What's that supposed to mean? You were hoping for what to be there?
The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying. The interior of the closet was large enough for me to climb right in.
You don't say. Oh, well, I'm saying get on in there then. Oh, wait. Ah, okay.
There was nothing in the pockets of the pants. The pants were newly laundered and pressed with immaculate creases.
So, I can't. I mean, he says I can get in. Why can't I get in? Oh, what's this?
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Every time I think I'm finding something new and exciting.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died.
Alright, what do I have? Huh. I mean, I feel like leaving the room would be silly. It's just a bed. Yeah.
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
No. It's worth a shot.
The interior of the closet was large enough for me to climb right in.
Can you do it then,
The
please?
interior...
Guess I'll just leave out this door. Oh! Immaculately dressed.
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running
Run
to the
into the
bathroom.
closet, though. Yoop. There you go. Okay. Going right to the closet immediately. Oh my god. Okay, just a quick wardrobe change. I'm gonna look at your pants. I'm just taking everything, not even looking at it.
I couldn't believe my luck when I found 2 items in the pockets of the pants. The first was an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Electronics. Okay.
The pants matched the jacket which the killer had lost in Paris. There was nothing else in the pockets of the killer's pants.
Okay.
It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut.
Okay. Probably shouldn't go out this door, but I don't really want to see that vertigo-inducing ledge again. Okay. Guess I can kind of go and ask around about that club. Oh, maybe I can call Nicora.
Bonjour, couleur.
Hi, it's George. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Great. Maybe. Oh, he's still gone? No.
What now, monsieur?
I've just been manhandled by a gorilla.
Yes? I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla. It happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
I want to know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is hardly my responsibility.
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
No one else has complained, monsieur? Did they steal anything from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either. Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Alright, well.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
I feel like this guy hasn't given me what I need yet, so I'll talk to him again.
Hello again. Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't. Tell me again about Alamut.
It is the home of the old man of the mountains.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Go talk to my ride or die girl over here.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Commit more crimes, please.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has 1,000,000 faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
I was just joking, man. This chick rocks.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I don't care
I
about the
happen
law.
to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Yeah, man.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd still like to.
It was the ancient manuscript which Khan had stolen from Plantow.
Okay. So I'm a little concerned about the thugs out front. Because they're looking for something. And an ancient manuscript kind of sounds important. So I'm gonna try something.
The door was locked.
You have a key. I have to do everything for him. Okay, so I need to get it to Nicole's apartment. And earlier, when I went in that alleyway, there was nothing to interact with at all. But there has to be a reason that I can go in the alleyway, right? Oh, come on, really? Am I just, do I have to go out?
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands
Oh,
of
okay.
the means waiting
I was like,
inside.
I thought I was a genius. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good. Alright.
right there.
These gangsters are hassling me.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
All right.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Knock,
You're
knock.
just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume.
I don't know
is
what
it?
it is about that animation. Every time I come in and she looks up and smiles, I like that little animation. It's good. The art on this game is really awesome.
It's a medieval manuscript.
It's kind of like giving me Don Bluth vibes.
Khan left it in the safe at the U-Boo.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantar?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come
She
you know
landed
about
on
these
that
knights?
quick.
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen,
It's a
arrived
Schoolhouse
one
Rock.
day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, George. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Okay.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval
Arm.
studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics.
Oh my god.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krohn Museum. I'll give you the address.
A new location. Alright.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the Wicked Queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror,
She's
mirror
got
on
body
the wall,"
dysmorphia.
wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid, Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either. A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Alright. I gotta talk to a professional. I gotta go find Indy. Or whoever she said. I don't even know.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
I thought there was... Whoops. Okay, and then I'll ask
I
about
found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue. A name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir. I found this in the killer's room.
What is it? A credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
Well then, goodbye.
Maybe I'll check out the Kroon Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
Moving right along. All right.
Through the grimy glass, I could see several large shapes in the gloomy room. What they were, I couldn't imagine. I considered smashing my fist through the pane, wrenching open the window, and vaulting triumphantly into the building. Then I thought, no, that's dumb. Besides, I might get hurt.
Well, all right.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobineau?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobineau does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Is that a French term? I've never heard that before.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
Oh,
They
I
ask
sure
you to
am.
park their cars?
They ask me to park them. No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
I'm
Of course
rude.
not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll ask him about my
Do you
new
recognize this ID pass?
No.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
Ooh, like that. Yeah, go for it.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
What's that supposed to mean?
Thanks for your help. In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Lochmard at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
Can't
I'm
disturb
sorry,
all the other
I was
patrons.
excited. The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript. I tried to raise the glass cover of the case, but it didn't budge. I looked down at a collection of tools with wooden handles and tarnished metal blades. There were knives, chisels, and spikes fanned out in a semicircle. I guess there's always been a need for home improvement. Touching an object as rare and beautiful as that would have been the act of a barbarian. It was a tapestry of a lady, a lion, and a unicorn. If I'd had more time, I could have stared at it all day.
Watch out! You would have that done on top of us!
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus. It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid. I was no desecrator of tombs. It was a stone carving from ancient Egypt. I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking.
Why do I
but the
want to
case
steal
was locked.
everything?
The case contained a collection of rocks.
And
They
I
were
wanted
all
them
shapes
so
and
bad.
colors, but they were still rocks.
But I had to
Above
have
them,
them.
a sign read, L'Âge Paléolithique.
Okay.
Pardon me,
Oui, monsieur?
can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
Who's John Dee?
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist
Be a
of the
good band
16th
name. John
century.
Dee's tripod.
The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever it was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A
Tell me
painfully
everything
loud
about
alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah, it doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
I just encouraged him to get an education, and then I poo-pooed on all of his dreams. The heck?
What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little old lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They're unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
Who was Philippe le Bel?
You don't know? Philippe IV, the King of France.
Wasn't he the guy who wiped out the Knights Templar?
I have no idea, monsieur. All I know is he was King of France. I don't even know why he was called Philippe le Bel.
Okay.
Thanks for your help. There was nothing in the urn. It was a large brass urn.
Okay, so... I don't know. I guess I could go and try and talk to Nicole again and tell her that I found a tripod.
The tripod was definitely the one in the manuscript. The Templar connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland to check it out.
I'm tempted to go to Ireland. I wish it was that easy. I have a temptation to go to Ireland. Let's just go. Let's just take off. Maybe I should go talk to... Oh, I can't go back there anymore. Can't go back there anymore. I guess I'll go talk to her in person and see if she wants to go to Ireland with me on a whim.
Hi, Jules.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Loch Marn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
Just so I happen to have it right here. Can you believe it?
A popular gossip magazine? You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a fourth series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going.
Oh.
I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Pegram's gem is important, why don't you visit Loch Marn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
She just sits there in stunned silence. I'm not going to answer that question.
What do you know about Professor Pegram?
I've seen a television program, Pegram's Past. He's written a book, The Crusader Families of Ireland.
I'll bet he'd be interested in the manuscript.
All right.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Keep me informed if you find anything new.
All right. So, am I going to Ireland right now? Do you want to go to Ireland with me? Get a lot of knitting done on the plane, or bus, or train. Oh, airport. Okay. All right. This is exciting.
Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. I'd been lucky to get a bus from Dublin to the tiny village of Lochmarn. On the way out, the driver told me there was only one service a day.
Get kind of hungry myself. What's on the menu? Shrug.
The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea.
Oh.
It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building. I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move. It was a trap door in the sidewalk. I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside. The drain was covered with an iron grating, through which I could hear the rush and surge of running water. I took hold of the grating and pulled hard, but it didn't move.
All right.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm an American.
Rosso's the name. Murder's my game.
Are you a detective?
Let's just say I'm here to find the truth.
Cool. Just like on the telly?
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I. See what your darling son has earned with his own sweat
I've
and
unzipped
blood.
this poor kid.
When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Maybe I should zap him.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
Oh, all right.
Gotcha. Neat, huh?
Didn't feel a thing.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Do you know anything about Pegram's Dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram brought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochmarn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
What does this Fitzgerald guy look like?
Big head, big ears, and face irons.
What?
You know, spectacles, glasses. He's blind as a bat without him.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No, only...
What?
Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle.
Don't
You're
know
not
nothing.
telling
Me,
me,
I'm
don't
pretending
you?
to be an inspector.
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was coming from inside the castle.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows that could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Well, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is.
Okay, Scully.
The bloody place is haunted.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
All right.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
There's a whole bunch of people in here.
It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I'll start with this. Oh, stop sneezing. Oh god, that's so gross. Cover your mouth.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
What?
I need to speak with you urgently.
She's gonna take off.
What's the problem?
You're taking your sweet time answering me, man.
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
Have you heard about the gem which Pegram found?
I heard a rumor, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
Where can I find Professor Pegram?
I heard he's gone fishing. I don't know where.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
Check out this pass.
Yeah. It's yours, is it?
Not exactly. Do you recognize the name?
Thomas Merlin? No. Never heard of him.
Alright,
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No. At least I don't think so.
Look closely. He has a scar on his face.
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
See you later. I was about to reach for the pump when I came to my senses. A rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last. It was an electric pump operated by pushing a small lever. Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Patronize
That's what
the
you
man.
Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
I'll say no.
No, thank you. I don't plan to stay too long.
Who does? Most folk take one look at Lochmarden and jump back on the bus.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald very well?
I know him enough not to sell him more than 2 pints. He's like a kid when he gets a few beers inside him.
I'm not surprised. He's on medication for his nerves.
There's
Just
nothing
spreading
wrong
all
with his
up
nerves.
people's private
He's
business.
just screwy.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Yeah.
In a manner of speaking, I am.
Right, me boyo, 160 quid he owes me. Pay up.
That's Pegram's business, not mine.
Ah, but he's done a bunk, hasn't he? Scampered.
I know. That's why I'm here, to look for him.
And what about the money he owes me?
When I find him, I'll remind him about it. Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
He couldn't have had breakfast this morning. Not unless he had it afore he went to bed.
What the hell are you talking about, Doyle?
The history fella. I seen him this morning. Crack of dawn. I had to get up at 4 o'clock to see to the missus.
I didn't know your wife was sick, Pat.
She's not. Anyhow, I went out to empty the bucket. And what do you think I saw?
For the love of God, Doyle, get to the point.
It was the history man heading out to the village on a bicycle.
I knew it. Hand over me money or I'll throw you out.
Can I see Pegram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a good full of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
Oh, yeah.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
Don't change the subject. Are you going to pay me Pegram's rent or not?
No way. Listen, I'm not really his friend. I've never even met the guy. But I need to find Pegram urgently. I think his life is in danger.
Damn right it is.
Excuse me for butting in, Michael.
But I think the young fella's telling the truth.
I'm sorry I bit your head off, sir.
That's okay, I understand. I guess. Have you served any, clowns recently?
No, you're the first today.
Seriously, I'm looking for a man dressed in a clown costume.
Would he be having a little white dog with a black patch over the eye?
I shouldn't think so.
If that guy doesn't stop sneezing, I'm gonna lose my mind.
What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle.
Who was the first
It's
person?
only an old ruin anyway.
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his arse.
Good for you, Mick. That's the way to deal with journalists.
Guess I'm glad I didn't bring Nicole with me.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and warm with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
Thanks. The glass contained a dark liquid like molasses with a creamy white froth on the top.
Alright. Excuse me, sir. Please go see a doctor and get the heck out of this pub.
Hi there, old-timer.
Rude.
What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Only when I'm pretending.
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Okay.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it?
Just
No, I don't
right
know
on
him.
me. George doesn't seem all that bothered.
Were you aware that Pegram was conducting an archaeological dig?
I don't meddle in other people's affairs. They don't interest me.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
I told you, I never heard of him.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure, with me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochbarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochbarn.
Oh!
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
I'll see
Fair
you
enough.
later.
I want to get away from your nose immediately.
He wasn't listening.
Hello.
The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his playing.
He's just
Meanwhile,
vibing.
everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him. Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Why is Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary is what you call a would-be sophisticate. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Oh no.
Thank the God for that.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine site now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Pegram thought otherwise, didn't he?
Ah, but it's not difficult to get them history boys excited, is it? Give them a bone to play with, and they're happy as puppies.
Was it Pegram who dug up the tripod at the castle?
The same man, if he wasn't his twin brother. And can you guess what he did with the tripod?
He sent it to a museum in Paris. I've seen it. Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmar.
I just debunked it
no.
with the sneezing man.
I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Goodbye for now. Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology part. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavoured condoms, more likely.
Oh my god. Tell me more about that.
Is it true that Pegram found a valuable gem?
What? First I heard of it.
Where have you been, Pat? That gem is the talk of every town from Lochmarn to Ballydoo.
Nobody told me. A lucky sod. So that's why he scampered.
Did anyone from the village work at Peagram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who? Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick. Same again.
Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He does joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Oh no, I'm here on vacation.
What's that?
A vacation part. It's what the Americans call a holiday.
Oh, right. In Lochmarn? You come to Lochmarn for a holiday?
Sure, it's a very pretty place.
Where the hell are you from, mister?
California.
I know it. That's where the Bruins come from.
Yeah, amongst other things. Bye for now.
Hello.
Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig.
You don't believe him, do you? Patrick Doyle is a moron and a scoundrel.
Even so, he saw you talking to Pegram.
You can't prove that, mister.
See you later.
Let's just try it.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Excuse me?
No customers behind the bar. Ever.
Okay. Oh, okay.
On the back of the cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall. Hi, do you speak English?
Well, now, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice. Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Do you think Pegram's disappearance is due to the curse?
Look at the facts. He dug up the gem. He disappeared. Bingo. It doesn't take a degree in mathematics to work that one out, does it? You don't have to be a smarty Pythagoras with a calculator.
I guess not.
Pegram has run off with the gem.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Who built the castle?
Mad Phelan, the first lord of Lochmarn. Well, I say lord, but actually he was little more than a village chieftain. He built his castle from the remains of the Templar Preceptory.
Where was the site of the Templar Preceptory?
Right here on Temple Hill. Phelan built right on top of the old wall. It's said that deep beneath these walls there's a Templar chapel.
Did Pegram discover the chapel?
I don't know. His workers were sworn to secrecy.
Do you mind if I climb up your haystack to get into the castle?
What? You'd break your stupid neck for sure. Do you think I'd stand by and see your brains dashed out?
I'd be very careful, and I promise not to sue.
You won't get the chance, not while I'm here to stop you.
Good book?
A book? It's a passport to a world of fantasy and imagination.
Yeah, what's the title?
Creative Shelving for Beginners, the 1978 edition.
What's so cool about home improvement?
There's nothing like it. The resinous autumnal aroma of seasoned wood, the rhythmic rasp of the plate. Ah, no wonder our Lord came to earth as the son of a humble carpenter. I bet he was a wizard with a chisel and a length or two before.
Surely the betrayal of Christ's adoptive family as humble artisans is a symbolic metaphor.
I don't know about that, but I know they were carpenters. Haven't you read the book?
Well, no. But I have seen The Greatest Story Ever Told, and I don't recall Jesus putting up any shelves. Would you like to shake my hand?
What is this? I don't do that male bonding stuff.
Well,
I have to go now.
Get away, you silly noodle! Can't you see the load's unstable?
okay.
Don't climb on the cart, pea-brain!
Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out. The gates were made of solid, age-blackened wood.
Okay. All right.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
There's been a lot of inconsistencies with the subtitles and the actual spoken dialogue, but that one takes the cake.
Are you sure Fitzgerald worked at the dig?
Oh, yes. It was him, all right. Would I tell a lie?
Well,
Probably.
he denies it.
I saw them together only last night.
I wish you'd told me that sooner. What were they doing?
Pegram gave Fitzy a box. He didn't look too happy about it.
I knew it. But how am I going to persuade him to part with it?
Break his fingers.
Oh.
No, I couldn't do that.
I could.
Thanks for the offer, kid, but I'll try a more subtle approach.
Chinese burns?
Do you know where I could find Fitzgerald?
He's inside, but you won't get no sense out of him.
How come? Is he drunk?
He's like a frightened rabbit. A real bag of nerves. Why, the fella's scared of his own shadow.
What's Fitzgerald scared of?
Everything and everyone.
So I shouldn't have any trouble getting him to talk.
He's a pushover, but don't scare him too much. Try the soft touch. Butter him up a bit.
I heard that Pegram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochman all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Pegram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
I tapped the plastic with the lifting key, but it was too strong to shatter.
Maybe do more than just tap it. Hit it.
The workman's key was the obvious tool to use to open this trapdoor. It was specifically designed for a job like this. Unfortunately, there weren't any holes in the trapdoor.
There's some slats.
I tried to use the keys to lever up the grating, but that wasn't going to happen.
Listen here, you little punk. That other little punk told me some more stuff about you.
Hello.
McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught. Just my luck. Grasped up by a delinquent and a dimwit.
Which one am
I
I?
need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he? So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Causing a scene. Well.
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, McGuire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy makers.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I, and I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass, but the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Oh.
Did Pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not. Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Whoops.
The plastic cover had been smashed by the Pixie's car, revealing a switch. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position. I tried to flip the switch with the lifting key, but it was much too cumbersome for the job.
Just zap it. I don't know. Why not? No. Shrug like you don't know what I mean.
No! Careful!
Excuse me.
Yes, sir? No!
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Doyle.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Thanks.
Allô? Couleur. J'écoute.
Nico?
Who is this?
It's me, George.
Oh, hello, George. Where are you?
I'm in Ireland.
What's it like there?
Kinda sleepy. Comatose, even.
Did you get to talk to Pigram?
I haven't found him yet. I figured I'd call you first. Are you okay?
Oh, sure I am. Don't worry about me, George. Any signs of our friend the clown?
You're kidding. He probably never even heard of Lochmarn.
He just hit someone with his car and didn't think that that was something to share yet. Okay. I guess I'll go up there again. Oh my god, there's been an accident.
Hi.
Get out of here.
It's me again.
So I see. What now?
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car.
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Jeez.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral
I'll
dilemma.
guard it.
Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries.
I really didn't think this guy was going to care at all about his nephew. Sweet.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
I've contemplated enough. It's time to climb.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
What?
That is not a good idea.
Says who? I don't have any other ideas.
No way. Above my head was a gap in the wall where the massive stones had fallen away.
Oh, what the heck?
On the back of the cart was a crazily stacked tower of hay bales, leaning precariously against the castle wall.
Alright. I wonder if I could, like, pay that kid off to come and help, like, hoist me up. Or I hoist him up. And then he unlocks it from the inside. Something. I don't know. Okay.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Nothing.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Oh, he's gonna probably be mad at me for leaving his hay unattended. Whoops.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. Thanks.
I don't know, do I go talk to the uncle, even though he's gonna be, like, so mad at me for leaving?
Hello again.
What?
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
Okay, I should take that from
If
you.
I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe's.
Where are you going
Rabbit,
with this?
lad. That's what gets my juices flowing.
Okay.
Ah, so you're making snares to trap rabbits.
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
Damn right I do. Isn't it painful?
Only if I get me fingers caught.
I'm talking about the rabbits. Do they feel much pain?
You bet.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it.
Funny.
I'll see you later.
I want your wire.
Get out.
What's that?
The man's arm lay across the towel, preventing me from moving it.
No, go.
The man's arm lay across the towel, preventing me from moving it. As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
Okay, but like why?
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body.
Okay, I'm gonna go try and use that as like a little like on the wall, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna come and talk to the uncle again. I just don't want him to be mad at me, if I can help it.
is not a good idea. That is not a good idea. It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words Nagopolian.
Okay, well, I guess not.
No way.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go talk to the uncle. Disappoint him with my guard keeping duties.
It was a trap door and
That's a rectangle as well, right? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what it would be for. But they're both rectangles. No, you don't know what it would be for either, huh? Eh. Okay.
Hello. Hello there. Let me introduce you to my pals.
we've already met. I want you to know you have my sympathy.
Oh, it's just terrible, awful.
It's the worst news I heard all day.
Let's top the bad news all right for this week and the next.
The whole year.
It's worse than that. It's the worst disaster in living memory.
Isn't it the biggest calamity in the history of the
Are
village?
they like out of beer or
I
something?
would say it's the
And now you're
biggest in the
talking about
history
this
of
again.
Ireland.
The most awesome disaster since mankind paddled out of the primal plop.
There's no beer.
Called it.
Is a glass of beer more important than a man's life?
Were you talking to me?
To all of you. Sean Fitzgerald has met with God knows what, and all you can do is drink.
Sean has gone for a ride in a flash car, that's all. Why don't you calm down and join us?
There's no beer.
What about Sean? Why aren't you out looking for him?
There's no point in launching an ill-equipped expedition to save the lad. In a life or death situation, preparation is essential. That's why I slipped in here.
For a point.
Well, alright.
Do you have any use for this towel?
I suppose I could squeeze it out into my glass if I was desperate enough.
Ugh.
I gotta go. Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it. The glass was empty.
Okay, good.
Somehow, I felt... I was about to reach for the pump when I came to my senses. A rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last. It was an electric pump operated by pushing a small lever. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
But I thought they said there was no
I'm
beer.
sorry, but
Oh.
the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh, well,
I'm a
at least the
professional
glass washer is
electrician.
still working. It's not my dear, is it?
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, now, isn't that marvelous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Bar access.
When you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer. I couldn't see
anything
anything
mentally wrong
obviously
with it?
wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer.
What, you don't want to get electrocuted? Why not?
Well,
Well, what?
are you going to fix this glass washer or not?
There was nothing physically wrong with the glass washer. I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. Seemed fine to me. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
What do you know about leprechauns, Doyle?
Leprechauns! Is it the little people you're talking about? Sure, and a cousin of mine was wed to one.
Oh, come on. Do you really expect me to believe that?
It's the truth, I'm telling you. She fell asleep on a fairy ring. When she woke up, there he was. A little fella, all in green.
Tell me more about your cousin and the leprechaun.
Oh, no. Well, young Mary was speechless, especially when the leprechaun up and spoke to her. Be my bride, me darling, says he, and she'll never want for riches again. Okay, says she, and he slips a ring of daisies on her finger.
Amen.
So there you are, proof that the little people exist.
Well, that's no proof. All you have is her word for it.
Not so. The following spring, she had a little baby.
Did the leprechaun's promise come true?
What promise was that now?
That she'd never want for riches again.
Now, there's the strangest thing. She never did.
I thought you said she was claiming the social part.
Indeed, Mr. O'Brien. And there's riches and riches. She told me, Pat, she says, that little darling boy is all the riches in the world to me.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards of the Vatican itself.
I found it on the bar under your elbow.
I thought it looked familiar.
Bye for now.
I didn't want to shake his hand. I forgot. And I can't blame George for feeling that way. Well, you know what, guys? I'm a little bit stuck, and it's getting to be about dinner time where I'm at. I don't know what time of day it is with you, but I'm hungry. So I'm going to save here, and I'm going to call it. But this is so fun. I've progressed a lot of the story. A lot of crazy things happened, and I'm having a blast. I can't wait to play again. So until next time, I'll meet you here back at the mansion. We get a little bit more done on this game. Thank you for watching, and have a great one.